Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book.
Over the past year, I've developed many positive habits such as exercising regularly, controlling my sugar intake, planning for the next day before bed, and tackling the most important tasks right after waking up. But if I had to name the habit that has had the biggest impact on me, I would answer meditation. I used to always try to find the answer to one question: how to cope with inner suffering, anxiety, and distress. Eventually, I turned to meditation. As you often hear, the benefits of meditation are immense. Meditation helps reduce the symptoms of many different problems, such as stress, anxiety, pain, and insomnia. Today, meditation is widely used in many fields: healthcare, business, sports, and even the military. Initially, when I first started meditating, I just followed instructional videos online. Find a quiet place, close my eyes, relax my body, and focus on my breath. If you practice for a while, it becomes a habit. However, I realized that practicing like this only understood the physical aspect of meditation, not the spiritual one. Negative emotions still lingered, and I was easily angered. It wasn't until I learned about the concept of mindfulness through Thich Nhat Hanh's book, The Miracle of Experience, and Andy Puddicombe's 10 Minutes of Meditation, that I truly understood what meditation is and how, through meditation, I can confront and overcome negative emotions and improve my happiness level. When mindfulness is mentioned, many people think of something deeply religious. However, according to the latest scientific research, mindfulness is clearly effective in helping people reduce stress and improve their concentration. Leading global companies such as Google, Facebook, Intel, and many prominent politicians encouraging their employees to practice meditation and mindfulness. Mindfulness is gradually becoming an integral part of the lives of people worldwide. Hopefully, through today's video, I will encourage you to seek out meditation and mindfulness so that your life can truly experience more positive and wonderful changes. I happened to come across the book, The Miracle of Experience, at a bookstore in Shanghai. At the time, I read the Chinese translation. Initially, I was completely captivated by the fact that the author was a Vietnamese person, Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh was a peace advocate and had a profound influence in the West. He wrote over 100 books, more than 70 of which have been translated into English. This book is a long letter he wrote to a friend in France. In the letter, he doesn't go into detail about Buddhism, but helps us better understand mindfulness. The book opens with a scene that I believe everyone has experienced. There's a young Frenchman who used to be a monk. After leaving the monastic life and getting married, besides meditating as before, he has to work, come home to take care of his wife and children, change diapers, and play with the baby. The baby refuses to sleep and clings to him. On weekends, he has to go shopping with his wife. Does this sound very similar to my situation? Time is running out, consumed by my wife, kids, and all sorts of other things. The book begins with this dialogue between the young man and the Zen master. I'm practicing mindfulness in my life. I've discovered that the time I spend playing with my children is also my time. The time I spend with my wife is also my time. That's right, in this world, there is no such thing as my time and your time. When we're playing with our children, but our minds are preoccupied with the fact that they're taking up all our time, leaving us no time for work, or when we're with our wives and just want to get it over with quickly, as soon as these distracting thoughts appear, everything will immediately feel incredibly long, leading to impatience and irritability. That anxiety won't help you improve your relationship with your wife and children. Instead, it will prevent you from feeling happy. Mindfulness tells us that everything that happens is part of the present moment. In Chinese, the character Nian Ren consists of the radical Jin, now, and the radical Xin, heart, meaning the mind is present. In English, mindfulness means being aware. Simply put, mindfulness is being aware and aware that we are living in the present moment. Even simpler, mindfulness is focusing your mind completely and enjoying each moment of the present. Do you think you are living and enjoying the present moment? In reality, most of us are far from this state. We're often doing one thing, but our minds are already thinking about the next. Let's take washing dishes as a simple example. When you're washing dishes, you think, I need to finish quickly so I can continue watching the movie I was watching. When all you want is to wash them quickly, do you still find washing dishes enjoyable? Of course not, because you just want to get it over with as soon as possible. But in reality, the process of washing dishes is also a part of your life, even if it's only for a few minutes. It's still your life. The Zen master recounted the story of a young man practicing mindfulness. While washing dishes, he maintained only one awareness, that he was washing dishes. So what does it mean to wash dishes while fully awake? You can try this. When holding a bowl in your hand, focus your thoughts on washing dishes. Concentrate on feeling the bowl getting cleaner and cleaner. If you grasp this, you'll realize that if you wash dishes simply because you have to, you're no longer living in the present moment. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh advises us that the best way to practice mindfulness is to focus on the activity at hand without distraction. Because distraction is the root of all suffering. You're working incredibly hard and telling yourself, just bear with it a little longer, I'll get a break by Tet, or I'll just keep working for a few months, wait for the right opportunity, and then I'll leave this lousy company. But will you really be happy by Tet? Will switching to a different company really make a difference in your life? Life is unpredictable. You never know what the future holds. There's no such thing as absolute happiness or absolute sadness in this world. It's just distraction that makes you believe you'll be happy or sad because of something that's about to happen. Therefore, the important thing is to focus on the present. This sounds very similar to the concept of flow state in my book, A Life as a Seeker, which I shared before, right? To improve work performance and live happier lives, we need a state of complete focus on the activity we are doing in the present moment. But mindfulness has another important aspect. It encourages us to pay attention not only to the present moment, but also to our present feelings and thoughts, whatever those feelings may be, even the most negative ones. What do you consider to be the most painful thing in life? Many people say it's the pain of loss. Recently, a friend of mine went through a breakup. He was incredibly heartbroken. I asked him, when you see other people heartbroken, do you feel sad? Of course not, because it's their business, not mine. But what happens when we ourselves experience heartbreak? We suffer greatly because we think we are different, that we shouldn't be the ones to endure that pain. When you practice mindfulness, you will no longer think that way. Emotions, whether painful or joyful, are always a part of you. You will realize that sadness is also just a process. In Buddhism, there is a saying, birth is suffering, old age is suffering, sickness is suffering, death is suffering, worry, lamentation, sadness, and despair are suffering. Not achieving what one desires is also suffering. In short, life is a sea of suffering. Some people, upon hearing this, lament. Viewing life from a Buddhist perspective is too pessimistic. But Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh argues that pessimism or optimism are merely labels attached to truth. What matters is what is truly present. A pessimistic attitude can never produce a smile. So what does that mean? It means that mindfulness isn't about being pessimistic or optimistic, but about focusing on the present moment, whatever it may be. Whether it's joy or sadness, love or anger, you simply need to acknowledge their existence without avoiding them, without resisting them, without judging them. Just be an observer. Throughout your life, you observe many things and see many people clearly, but you rarely observe yourself. especially your own emotions. Andy Puddicombe, author of the book 10 Minutes of Meditation, once faced immense grief as his loved ones passed away one after another. Fate left him homeless, penniless, and with nothing. He then shaved his head, became a monk, and studied meditation. Through this, he found an opportunity to change his life and founded Headspace, the world's largest online meditation learning platform. I think the most important turning point in Andy's life was when he overcame his pain by observing it. When faced with emotions, calmly observe them. That way you won't be controlled by your emotions anymore and can focus on the present. I know this sounds simple, but it's very difficult to do. You need a lot of time to practice and master it. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh advises us to begin by setting aside one day a week to practice mindfulness, called a mindfulness day. A mindfulness day is a day when you constantly remind yourself, I am being mindful. When you wake up, tell yourself, I am waking up now, be mindful. When brushing your teeth or washing your face, be mindful. I am brushing my teeth, I am washing my face. When eating breakfast, turn off your phone and TV and focus on enjoying the food. When working, practice mindfulness. Completely immerse yourself in the flow of your being in the present moment. When you feel angry, quickly recognize, I am angry. The person who can get over their anger the fastest is the one who can look at themselves and say, I am angry. If you wake up tomorrow morning, try this. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I'm waking up. It sounds funny, but it's very effective. I've tried it many times. Finally, try to practice mindfulness in all your daily activities and combine mindfulness with 10 minutes of meditation each day to make it a habit. Trust me, after a while, you will see an incredible positive change in yourself. Just 10 minutes each day, 10 minutes of complete self-isolation from all worldly distractions. No computers, no phones, no one, just you. During those 10 minutes, gently and calmly observe yourself, focus on your breath, and don't let thoughts and emotions control or dominate you. There are many meditation methods. I'd like to introduce the one I'm currently using based on Andy Puddicombe's book, 10 Minutes of Meditation. The core principle is to focus on your breath and your body's senses in the present moment. First, find a quiet place and sit down. Keep your back straight. You don't necessarily have to sit cross-legged. Just be comfortable. Take a few deep breaths and slowly close your eyes. Next, scan your entire body. Slowly bring your attention to each part, your face, shoulders, back, arms, toes, and relax each part. This process may take 1 to 2 minutes. Next, focus on your breath. This is extremely important. The simple method is when you inhale, count 1 in your head. When you exhale, count 2. Continue counting up to 10 and then back to 1. Do this for 10 minutes. It sounds simple, but the first few minutes will be quite a challenge. During this process, all sorts of distracting thoughts will inevitably arise. At that point, simply gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Just doing that will be a success. Above is what I wanted to share with you about mindfulness. My knowledge on this topic still needs improvement, so I don't expect today's video to help you understand everything about mindfulness. But I truly hope it will give you a suggestion, a message, to motivate you to seek mindfulness. Mindfulness in Western terms means I become my own observer. If you can practice becoming mindful in the present moment, able to observe yourself, then mindfulness will gradually bring immense benefits to your life. Here are 32 ways to practice mindfulness in your life, as suggested by Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. If you're interested, please leave your email in the comments below and I'd be happy to send you a PDF.